They made all their waxwork models out of beeswax. The wax, in the olden days, used to sell for 14 times more money than the honey did.
My next task was to extract the honey using something called a spinner.
Look at this.
The important thing here is to be gentle, so you get the honey without damaging the honey combs.
This is all honey down here. All honey. Oh God, look what's happened here.
But, despite the damage...
Look. My first jar of bee juice.
The next day, with the honey all packaged up, I picked some of my vegetables.
Look at this. Whoa, that is vivid.
And then, laden down with actual produce from my own farm, I proudly headed to the shop.
Oh, wow.
Right, so that's the first batch of honey. I've got more coming later. And then...
Oh, well, how did you do this? Charged. Oh, you bought it in a bag from our closest competition.
Oh, God, I have. It's a very fine food shop, half a mile down the road.
The honey's fantastic. How much do you want to sell it for?
Well, I saw in Dalesford the other day, half that was £20.
Half that?
And it was £20. I think you can easily go...
£7?
For those... No, more.
Really?
Yeah, more. I've worked bloody hard for that. I've been stung twice. I'm not selling it for £7. £10. Being stung.
£8.50.
No. Sorry, are we holding you up? Sorry, there's a customer.
Then the price issue got even worse.
The lady's just come in. She said, well, I'll give you £6.50 for it. And Lisa said, fine. She just happened to capitalise on an argument, and now she's getting that honey for £6.50.
Yeah. They arrived in this morning.
This isn't how Asda is run. They don't ask the customers how much they'd like to pay.
Yeah.
Do you take cards?
We do. Only cards now.
Of course.
Yes. If you
Whilst I was having a sulk, Caleb arrived in his new toy.
Oh, look at this. That's actually very cool. And I just heard you go by earlier.
Did you?
It does make a good sound.
It's nice, isn't it? It's nice.
So this was your styling then? The black bonnet, black roof?
Black bonnet, black roof, black spoiler. I bought the new spoiler for it. I had the windows tinted as well.
Of course you did.
So basically, when I bought it, 2 days after having it, driving out along Compton 60 miles an hour, this comes up like that, folds over that. That bit there was bent in.
Well, the roof?
Yeah, the roof was about that far from my head in the cab.
What, just from the bonnet?
From the bonnet.
Why did the bonnet catch give up?
Because apparently it's a thing you've got to look out for on these, they rust away.
And this is your first proper car, isn't
It's my
it?
proper dream. This is my dream car, this. Ever since I was a kid.
What, you wanted a 350?
350.
My only slight concern is, this is a GT car, a Grand Tourer,
Yeah.
a long-distance car. But since you never go further than 3 miles from where we're standing now,
Yeah.
where's the furthest you've been in it?
Banbury,
Ooh, 12 miles.
12 miles, that's it.
Well, and then you got scared.
Then come home.
Also, are you wearing a hairband?
Yeah, hairband to keep my hair out of my face.
Is that because you haven't had a haircut for 3 months?
Yeah, for ages. On the 27th, though, getting it permed.
You're going to drive around in this car with a perm?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out, Chippy.
After Vidal Sassoon had left, I went into the woods to see my wasabi plants, which I had decided were now ready to be turned into cash. Sadly, though, the recent heat wave had taken its toll.
As you can see, everything I planted at this end of the bed has not just died, but totally disappeared. It's got 27 plants, which means 73 have died. This end, where there's still quite a lot of water coming through, things aren't too bad, though. Oh, yes. Look at him. Hello, look at the size of him. Good thing is all the restaurants recently reopened and the Chancellor's even paying people to go and eat in them. So I can get that down to London, get it into some Japanese restaurant, and they'll be amazed.
Because I was so busy, obviously I couldn't spare the time to go to London. But luckily, I knew just the man for the job. He'd only been to the capital once on a school art trip, and he'd been so scared he hadn't dared get off the coach. But he's all grown up now, and at the very least, I figured the trip would give him an opportunity to drive his new car. But no.
Few things you're going to need to know. Have you got your ULEV?
What's that?
Ultra low emission. That diesel engine was made before 2015, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're going to need to pay that. Congestion charge? You're going to need at least 15 apps for your parking for all the different companies. And every single thing you can do in the countryside, you can't do in London. If you get stabbed, right, they won't have that on CCTV. You make a cheeky left, they will.
How the fuck do I pay an ingestion charge and stuff like that? What's that about?
You make a
can't
call, but don't make a call while you're driving.
Why would you do that then?
Or you can do it on an app. Well, and
you
you
got
got
your
ULEV,
ULEV?
don't forget that. It's about 28 quid to drive into London in this. In
It's
Dalesford
free
the other
round
day.
here.
Yes, I know everything's free round here.
was
Every single
£20.
thing you can do around here,
Half
everything,
that.
you can't do in London.
£20.
I think